Yes, very good morning and namaskar to all of you present here. I wholeheartedly welcome you all for today's session, that is agriculture technology and global food security. I am Bhargavi Naidu, working as an assistant professor of agriculture economics in Bharatiya Engineering Science and Technology Innovation University, Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. I'm so glad to be a moderator for today's session. Firstly, before going to start a session, I would like to request our Honorable Chancellor and also a Global President of Old Forum for Education, Dr. Rupa Vasudevan, ma'am, to deliver the introductory remark on today's session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Bhargavi. Namaskar to one and all, and wish you all a very, very happy Vinayaka Chaturthi. Our participants, our speakers who have come here to deliberate on such an important topic, on such an important festival day. It's remarkable. Thank you so much. We didn't want, a break between our sessions because we have decided part 11 to part 20, agricultural technology. We didn't want to break up because of the festivities today. Can all speakers kindly mute themselves? Requesting. I am the Chancellor of Bharatiya Engineering Science and Technology Innovation University, which is based out of Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. And right through inception to our future, we know for a fact that innovation not only means staying ahead, but also staying relevant and sustainable in the dynamic global environment. Our vision is to create a world-class social impact conglomerate where learning is accessible and affordable, where innovators are groomed and their ideas are incubated. The three pillars of Best IU has always been conservation, innovation, and collaboration. And thus, we have also incepted an intellectual arm of Bharatiya Engineering, Science and Technology Innovation University, which is also called as BEST IU. We call it World Forum for Education. World Forum for Education works across continents. It works across countries with knowledge givers, with organizations, with institutions, with professionals, and with having diverse socio-economic political systems and cultures. We believe that education is much more than transmission of knowledge in a single structure, a bird's eye view, or a formal structure of education. We believe that every single knowledge giver who has some knowledge, some skill set that has made a meaningful change to the society must receive a platform of showcase, of credit, and of scaling up that particular idea. So we strongly also believe as an organization, as an institution in conservational education that we call as CE. The themes under conservational education where we are conducting research and we also invite fellowships, which we will soon announce, is indigenous knowledge systems, earth and culinary. Indigenous knowledge systems involve fabric, handloom, art, archaeology, dance form, music, well-being, wellness, and all these aspects, especially agriculture. We have earth, we have environment, we have climate change, we have renewable, we have soil, we have water. Then we have culinary, where we believe as an organization that we need to save our heritage cuisines. We need to understand them better and we need to exchange food cultures, especially the ancestral vessels, their benefit, and the immunity factor that comes out of our unique diets from different cultures that we have across the globe. We work with our partners. One of our partners is here, Dr. Ayla Al Jofri. We recognize her presence here today. She is with us since 2018 with World Women Leading Change. It's an organization that has more than 3 million women leaders from across the globe. Welcome, Dr. Ayla. Well, today's topic is something which is very close to our heart. It is agricultural technology. Our university has a lot of these agricultural programs that we offer on smart farming, on agricultural techniques that can be used for marginal farmers. We're doing a lot of work on indigenous knowledge systems and traditional knowledge systems in agricultural innovations. What we face in our country is insufficient market infrastructure, is what I believe, including grading, certification, facilities, inefficient cold chain management levels, warehousing facilities, low level of processing of agricultural produce. I think these are primarily the challenges. India's post-production wastage levels are also very high, leading to a loss of about 44,000 crores, if I'm not wrong, annually. But the silver lining here is that the farmers and agricultural startups in India have evolved rapidly over the past few years. And this has primarily been possible because of digital penetration and funding, and majorly driving the growth in this particular agricultural sector. Now, what are the new age improvements that we are targeting? Indian agricultural tech companies are targeting new age improvements linked to technological advancements. Now, for a farmer, market linkage through digital space becomes crucial. He needs a superior database to work on, database management. He needs digital agricultural tools with him. He needs microfinancing. And these are gaining popularity over the years and also attracting a lot of funding from funding agencies. India alone accounts for 450 plus startups in the agri-tech space, which translates that every ninth agricultural tech startup in the world is Indian. Now, what do we need to eliminate the existing barriers? According to me, is real-time transfer of information, A, and B, markets and consumer demands by infusing state-of-art ICT and digital tools, for which huge digital infrastructures are important, building them in every village, every nook and corner of India. Our Prime Minister, our beloved Prime Minister PM Modi ji, has a huge vision for the agricultural sector. He is talking about a self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, where he believes that he admits that there are lakhs of challenges for India to become self-reliant. And yes, there is fierce competition from the rest of the world too. But he always mentions one line: India faces lakhs of challenges against 130 crore solutions, 1.30 billion solutions. So the numbers are incomparable. He's positive and he's very confident of Atmanirbhar Bharat. We as an army are with him in that. As we said earlier, we are working on doubling the farmers' income. Some of you may not know this here, who are my partners from across the globe and who are here in the session. Unlike other businesses in India, there has been an issue where businessman has the freedom to sell the product or service anywhere in any part of the country, but farmers could not sell to who they were told not to sell. So we have removed these restrictions in the recent policies, and the farmers are given freedom to sell at the best price and to who they want. We have a very, very senior speaker here today from the Price Commission of Karnataka who will be able to delve a lot more on what I am trying to express here. What I believe for the future that is important in agricultural sector is an outcome-driven collaboration. We need to incentivize private public institutions to collaborate for mutual benefit. Private public research, while funding is low in research, but in research especially it's disproportionately low. I think having a great institutional structure and external collaboration for private public research could magnify the impact. Private and FPO links, we have something here called as the farmer produce organizations, and partnerships between FPOs, institutions and corporates can be a great game changer in the agricultural sector. Last but not the least, the universities. Revitalization of agriculture is unsustainable without cutting edge skills built through independent research, field experiences, incubation of agri-tech startups, and partnerships, real-time exchange and ideation between different countries and different universities across the globe. We cannot move forward without collaborative efforts. It's not only the work of the government, it is partnerships and innovation between stakeholders, institutions, and organizations that will lead the way forward for agricultural technology and implementation of digital infrastructure. Success in emerging agricultural technology depends on also very quick growth in marketing and trade. Now, I will wind up by saying we need to act collectively to remove the constraints for our farmers, whether it's technological constraints, whether it's social constraints, whether it's organizational constraints, whether it's policy related constraint or otherwise, that stifle the capacity of our family farmers to innovate and to grow further. With that, I would like to leave it upon our esteemed and luminous set of speakers who are here today to delve on these very topics that I have set the tone for. Over to you, Bhargavi. Thank you and namaskar. Once again, a very happy Vinayaka Chaturthi to all of you. Bhargavi, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful introductory remark on today's session. Before going to invite our speakers, I would like to brief some general rules that everyone should follow. As I said earlier, I request all participants to keep your microphones in mute and switch off your cameras, except speakers. Speakers can keep your cameras on. And for today's session, we have three eminent speakers, and each speaker will have 10 minutes time to share your views and opinions. At the end of last minute, there will be a time for me to just remind the left out time. With this, I would like to invite our first speaker, Mr. Hanuman Gowda Belgurki. He has served as a lecturer of economics in 1981 to 1984. After that, he has entered into a farmers' movement through Karnataka Raita Sangha during 1907, and he was a president and secretary at Karnataka Rajya Raita Sangha in different divisions, and he was a president of PACS, Primary Agriculture Cooperative Societies in Sindhanur, and he also served as a farmers representative of Karnataka Agriculture Price Commission from 2014 to 2017. Currently serving as a chairman, Karnataka Agriculture Price Commission. Over to you, sir. Hanmakauda sir, please switch on your microphone, sir.
I wish one and all happy Ganesha Chaturthi, and also I pray Lord Ganesha to bail out the world from this pandemic, what we are all the world is suffering. And also at the outset, I express my warm regards to each and every successive governments since 1947, wherein we were under the era of PL 480, because we were importing and even we are getting free of cost some food grains to serve the supply the food to the inhabitants of our country. Now we are under the era of Food Security Act. It means we have been producing nearly about 291 million tons of food grains in our country, and also 300 tons of vegetables, fruits, and 300 tons of milk and dairy products like that. In spite of that, challenges before us are 18% of the total population of the world is living in India, and only 2.4% of the land is available in India. and 4% of water resources are available. With this limited resources, we have to plan to feed our growing population, and world as a whole, it is expected that by 2050, 900 crores of population may be there, like that. For that, nearly 18% or so is malnutritious, hunger and all. To address this, FAO has fixed the 17 goals and 20 actions, 169 targets. Basing on it, our Niti Ayoga has also adopted this, and planning is going on that. Primarily in agriculture, what is happening is we are lagging in need-based production rather. We are producing and there is inequality of production. Say, for example, in cereals we produce more, and even in oil seeds we are deficit. For that we are importing large quantity of oil seeds and all. To avoid all this, we must have some strategic plans. First of all, we have to decode the Indian agriculture crisis and its impact. Then we have to analyze deficiencies in agricultural input deliveries and measures to augment input delivery. To discuss the role of technology in agriculture, strategies to build sustainable agriculture, these are the objectives. To achieve all these objectives, what we are supposed to do is, why the youths of India are prepared to leave the agriculture because it is not profitable like that. For that, what is the reason is, you see, everything is predictable in this world but except the agriculture. To make the agriculture predictable is a great challenge before us. To make the agriculture predictable, we must have proper input delivery mechanisms, and also we must have price mechanism, and also we must have irrigation systems and justifiable utilization of the natural resources. These are all the technologies we are supposed to adopt. Say, for example, in this country, prices of the factory produced products are increased in 1,000 folds, whereas agricultural produce prices increase is only 100 folds. This disparity itself is the reason for which agriculture is facing a challenge. And also we are not protecting regional food culture, and we are not protecting and developing it. Say, for example, in Karnataka, southern part of Karnataka consumes ragi, a ragi bowl, whereas northern part of Karnataka consumes jowar rather. We have to protect like a regional food culture. Then only we can have the nutritional security, food security. These are all the things. In our country, only 30 to 35% of the total land is irrigated. We must try to increase the micro irrigation systems and area under irrigation. Then only we can have the sustainable production. And even in the marketing structure, what Bhargavi madam told rightly, we are lagging in marketing infrastructure. For that, very recently, Government of India as well as Government of Karnataka has amended marketing acts and free trade. Wherever the farmer feels fit, he can sell. And even what Government of India went up to amend the Essential Commodities Act. Essential Commodities Act, only it can be exercised whenever there is a natural calamity or extreme situation. like that, because we are in surplus. These are the things what are now prevailing. But as per the estimates, RDA recommended dietary allowance, and each person has to take 400 grams of grains, food grains. But now almost all per day availability is 0.5 kg or so. It may go up to 900 grams by 2050. To have this, Dr. Swaminathan has recommended by 2050, our food grain demand may go up to 400 million tons. For that, we must have the plan, because land will not be increased. It is only a limited, rather available for the cultivation may go down. Because of the urbanization or civilization or construction of dams, even non-agriculture purpose utilization like that. With the available limited resources, we must be capable of feeding in growing population. And that's why goals are fixed for the 2030. By 2030, we have to double the food production world at large, even in India also. Likewise, we have to plan, and for that proper pricing mechanism. Now, in our country, CACP is recommending agricultural prices considering cost of cultivation, that to A2 plus FL. But farmers of this country are demanding to consider C2 plus 50%. C2 covers lease on land and also marketing expenses, so on and so forth. That's why, unless and until a farmer who provides food and raw materials for all the processing industry rewarded properly, he may not continue with this profession. Then there will be a reduction in production and even reduction in area under cultivation. These are the problems which are to be properly addressed, and timely availability of the credit. Almost all financial institutions are financing the agriculture on scale of finance. But whereas other sectors are getting finance basing on their value of the asset. Likewise, we have to reformulate this credit facility basing on the value of the asset of that farmer. And also, we must have the proper plan for the surface water management. So, you see, in our country, there are certain areas wherein in Karnataka itself, 4,500 mm rainfall is in coastal Karnataka and Malnad Karnataka, whereas 400 mm rainfall is in northern Karnataka. That's why we have to plan for the surface water management. Now in Karnataka, only 36 lakh hectares has been brought under the irrigation. It can be doubled by proper planning and interlinking of rivers and all. And even low-cost technologies ought to be introduced in agriculture, the timely sowing. And because of the world, this one demand for the pesticide residue-free products, phytosanitary conditions, for that also we must plan. And even for the horticulture crops, we have to plan for the what is the demand and what is the supply. You see, demand for the agricultural elasticity of demand for the agricultural product is very limited, whereas supply elasticity will be more. To address the supply elasticity, we have to take care of so many things, and for that we can utilize the new technologies. That is, we can develop the software and we can make use of the all new modern technology. But one thing is lagging. What we are lagging is in database. We have to perfectly build up a mechanism to have the proper and perfect database, then only we can plan for like that. These are my views. I am thanking each and every giving me this opportunity to share my few words with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. As you said, Food and Agriculture Organization is helping member countries to become independent in providing sufficient food to their indigenous population, and it is also helping to eliminate the hunger, food security, food insecurity, and malnutrition, reduce rural poverty as well, and also some price policies plays a pioneer role in the economic development of a country, and it is also important instrument to provide incentives to the farmers for motivating them to go in for production and oriented investment and technologies. And nowadays the government is also providing many subsidies for machineries to encourage them, to help them in higher investments and all. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful talk on this today's session. And now I would like to move on to our next speaker, Mr. Manoj Kumar, IFS. He is a graduate in forestry and postgraduate in forest genetics. He has served as assistant conservator of forest, deputy conservator of forest, executive director conservator of forests in Karnataka Forest Department for several years. Currently, he is serving as a chief conservator for forest in in one of the districts in Karnataka. He has published 5 books, 6 scientific journals, and 16 popular articles, both in Kannada and English. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bhargavi. Thank you so much. And then I thank the chairman, Bestu, for this wonderful opportunity, and also Vice Chancellor and Chancellor. It was nice for me to come back to agriculture after a long gap. I've been, into the forestry and all, lot of new things I'm learning today. Since I have been, into the forestry sector, I just would like to see how the agriculture and forestry, when it is integrated, can ensure our food security. I'll be just briefly going into my presentation, and I'm sure it will just throw some light on my views. Basically, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Sir.
I'll be just briefly touching on how the climate change and food security, most of us already aware of it. I'll just quickly go into the impact of this climate change, which is going to threaten definitely our agriculture sector. And then as we do have the huge coastal line, also we'll have the impact on the coastal areas. And the increased frequency of extreme events can also pose a serious threat to our agriculture and ultimately the food security. As we all know that due to this, there is a loss which is predicted basically to the extent of, as we are the rice and wheat eating country, we do have a lot of variation in terms of, reduction in the yield with reference 30 to 40% and in rice, and then wheat around 41 to 52%. And it is having definitely an impact on our drop in our GDP. Any increase in the temperature has also going to have a serious consequences in terms of diseases and all those things. Then submergence of coastal area and increase in the inundation of the salt water onto the terrestrial landscape can also change the soil salt regime, and which also is going to impact on agriculture. We are slowly eating away things, but India has a strong commitment towards mitigating the climate change. One of the commitment I would find in international conventions, which India is the signatory. And after the conventions, we do have our own environment and climate change policies in our state, and then we have a lot of missions to tackle. We also have a lot of policies and acts in place. And today I'll be delving upon mostly on this deep-rooted history and culture. We are culturally and then historically quite committed towards the climate change. and that is our greatest strength. We believe that there is going to be a pralaya.
Sir,
Means
excuse me, sir. Sorry for interruption. We cannot see your presentation, sir.
you can't see.
Yes, sir.
You're sharing your screen, but share the presentation. The screen share is on, but not the presentation. You probably have to click the presentation once again.
I clicked it. Okay.
We only see your Google browser.
1 minute. I'll just try once
Yes,
again.
please, no problem. No hurry.
Are you able to see my screen at least?
The screen share is on. Yes, it is. Your screen share is on. You just have to click on your presentation now.
Okay.
No, the screen share is on. You can go to your folder,
Okay.
whichever folder you have the presentation in right now. Just go to your laptop folder and start presenting. Your screen share is on.
Are you able to see now?
No.
Huh?
No.
No, sir.
Shazil, can you help, please?
Right, I'm looking into it. Just give me a moment, please.
Mansi, yeah, can you come and help me? There is some problem with my screen share. Here, present now. This is my I'm sorry for this.
No problem. In COVID times, at least we are able to meet and discuss. That's a big thing because of technology. So these glitches are fine with us. Perfect. Now we see it.
Are you able to see?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks to my daughter. They are.
Yes, thanks to your daughter.
I'm sorry for that. I'll quickly go into this. What I was talking about. The agriculture sector is going to have an impact on the climate change due to climate change, and then there is definitely going to be reduction in the agriculture production, and then also the huge losses in terms of GDP as well. What I was telling is that India's commitment. India has been a signatory to several international conventions, and then and India has come back and then has done a lot of homework in terms of mitigation plans. And we do have the huge number of policies and acts in place to deal with this climate change, and so that the impact in the agriculture sector as well as other sectors is not much. I'll be deep-rooted culture and history in India. especially when it comes, we are fully aware, and then mentally we know that there is going to be a product or something like that. And we are having strong cultural roots in terms of Vriksho Rakshati Rakshita. Means we believe that protection of trees does protect us. Then as a culture, as a tradition, we do worship our trees and then the water. And then our lifestyle and food habits also so good that those, and they're very much in tune with the sustainability demand, which is what is the entire world is aspiring for. We do have in every household in our courtyard the tulsi, one of the most revered plant, and then having a wonderful medicinal values today in when you are talking about COVID, and this is supposed to be one of the best medicine available. We do all have this system or culture of worshipping neem trees, and then people trees right in every village, and there it shows that we are significantly concerned about the nature or environment. At the end of the day, what I would like to mention that we need to have a clear policy to reduce our carbon footprint. And then the best way to do that is to use the alternative technologies, be it biofuel or be it solar or be it wind, and also recycling. And then use of timber. I'm talking about use of timber because more and more use of timber is going to lock this carbon, and that is in turn going to have a positive impact on the environment. And then wood for energy is also being thought of nowadays. And then, of course, a lot of wood is being now used for construction as well. So keeping this in mind with the demand of the world that there is a need for the timber and there is a need for the agriculture, and at the same time, we need to conserve the forest. So the only way to conserve is to see that the trees are grown outside the forest boundaries. And as a result of which, Karnataka has come out with a very, very novel policy and scheme that's called Krishi Aranya Protsaha Yojana. This is to encourage the agroforestry in terms of growing trees with the agriculture crops. In 2011, we have this government order issued, and then in this particular scheme, every farmer can register with the range forest officer by paying 10 rupees and get a passbook, and then he should place an indent for requirement of his seedlings by 31st May. And these seedlings are subsidized at a subsidized rate to the based on the size of the bags. We have 1 rupee, 3 rupees, and 5 rupee seedlings. And any farmer who wants to have trees in his farmland, he can procure a maximum of 400 seedlings per hectare. And not only that, if at all the farmer, whoever is taking the seedlings and grows in his farmland and nurtures them and then ensure that the seedlings are surviving, the government of Karnataka has an incentive mechanism as well. So in first year, for every surviving seedling, we give 35 rupees, and for second year, we give every surviving seedling 40 rupees, third year 50 rupees, totaling 125 rupees per surviving seedling, limited to a maximum 400 seedlings per hectare given to the farmers. This is a wonderful mechanism wherein the farmers are coming and also taking. However, there is an exception to some of the horticulture and then some of the fast-growing exotic trees by and large. But we have been doing through a lot of awareness and then one-to-one door-to-door campaigns. And then we have come out with huge number of publications in local languages about cultural practices of various trees. And then especially the most of the farmers now in this particular season, their demand is for sandalwood as well as the hebbewu, that is a kind of a neem, which is having a huge potential in plywood industries. And we also have come out with the success stories of the successful farmers who have taken up this agroforestry in a very large scale and have been, as a teachers even to the department. There are a lot of people who keep coming to the farmers, and at the same time, if the farmers are not coming, we go to their doorsteps to ensure that the seedlings are distributed. And we give at the end of the day a passbook for each farmer, and wherein the seedlings and other details are mentioned. And then we do go to their farmlands and also take up the survey and evaluation in order to pay the incentives. So once the evaluation is done, we do ensure that the incentives is transferred to their account. Now, earlier we were giving in the form of check, but now all the account details are collected and then they directly go to their account. As a result of this, a lot of farmers wanted to have some liberalization in our rules, transit rules, and hence the Karnataka has been proactive in this regard. We have exempted a lot of tree species from getting any kind of permissions for felling as well as the transit permission, so that the farmers can grow trees on their farmland and get it. We also have, in association with some NGOs and some of the people like Prakash Bhatt who works for an NGO, we do have a kind of a festival. As we have today Ganesha festival, we do have the Agi Habba, means the festival of seedlings, wherein we go to each and every village and take part in the festival mode and then commit to the conservation of the trees in the farmlands. And as a result of which, today and with a lot of pride, I would like to say that the Forest Survey of India report of 2019 has recorded through satellite images and also the ground truthing that in Karnataka there has been increase of tree cover outside the forest boundaries to the extent of 22,361 square kilometers. This is a wonderful motivation for the department and also to the government, because the farmers are taking up in a large scale in the farmlands the cultivation of trees. This I am presenting in this particular forum only because we are talking about technology as well as the food security. In case we need the food security, we also need the sustainability in terms of agriculture practices, and agroforestry is one such sustainable practice which ensures not only the food security but also the economic security of the farmers. And hence I strongly believe that food security is intricately linked with the ecological security, and hence let us encourage, in order to ensure our food security, more and more tree planting in our farmlands. I am through with my presentation, and I'll be open for discussions and then any other questions when they come in the way. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. I hope I make my point.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As you said, we cannot underestimate the forest. So these forests have the capacity to mitigate the climate change. And also we depend on forest for our survival, from the air we breathe to the wood we use, besides providing habitats for animals, livelihood, and many other plants as well. Thank you so much, sir, for your views and opinions on the topic of food security and climate change. It was a pleasure to hear your thoughts, sir. Now I would like to invite our third speaker, Mr. Basivaraju Ingin. He has participated in many state, national, and international level workshop, conferences, seminars, and deliberations across the globe pertaining to farmers' welfare. He was also associated with the Old Rural Forum Spain and stated movement to appear UNO for declaration of the year 2011 and 12 as a family farming year. Over to you, sir.
Mic on, please.
Sir, please switch on your microphone, sir.
Thank you. At the outset, I thank the organization BEST, headed by Mr. Bharatlal Minaji and all other staff. I also thank you for organizing such interactions for improving the productivity of productivity in our nation. The goal of FAO is very clear. Their goal is to have hunger-free world with better nutrition and the better improvement in the standard of living of the farmer and all. Of course, we have achieved as far as food production is concerned, a little. We have stepped up more. Now we are reaching around 300 million tons grains. We're talking of only grains, but as far as food is concerned, food is not only grain, but also the animal and fisheries. According to me, though we have increased the productivity, but the farmer's living standard needs to be increased. As far as income, certain level middle class or upper class and all that. Though there appears to be some increase in the per capita income, but the farmer remains at the bottom. Unless the farmer is upgraded to the next stage or the upper stage, as far as security, it is the food security he is providing to us, and as far as the security of his standard of living needs to be improved. Basically, though we are upgrading the production level, but we are losing the land. We have to face the degradation of land because of use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Unless we take some steps to minimize at least the use of chemical fertilizers, what we think is putting more fertilizers and using more pesticides, we can produce more. But my feeling is, my experience is that without chemical fertilizer and without using any chemical pesticides, we can grow even little more what we are now doing it. As far as animal population is considered, now we are decreasing the population. We are not making efforts to increase the animal population. Increase in animal population will also have some food security, but it will help the farmers in getting their own fertilizer from their home itself. Whenever they can put the cow dung or cow urine or any animal waste, they will definitely produce more. Therefore, till now, there were a lot of policy fatigues. Now, gradually, our government, under the leadership of Modi ji, is reducing the policy fatigues and easing them. For example, the total infrastructure for the agriculture was not looked after so far as a community, as a policy. But now that Modi ji has promised 1 lakh crore for the infrastructure in agriculture itself. So we hope we'll have more infrastructure. The other step, what the farmer is facing, small farmer and the middle farmer. Small farmer's income or production, though he can produce more in small land, but the infrastructure available to him, especially the farm mechanization, is not suitable to use such mechanism system in a small field with small economic support. Therefore, what we have now is a very big mechanism, very big tractors, harvesters, tillers, plowers, very big. But to have them by himself, for this also some now FPOs are coming up. We have the plan of about 10 or many more, at least 2 FPOs per mandal, per taluka to help for this. Therefore, the government and the participation of the government and the research is also coming up to the rescue of the farmer. But research at the same time with BT is not amenable. It spoils the health of the people of the nation, people of the world. BT definitely has got some ingredient of poison in that. So why BT is used to avoid pests and to control pests. So other than BT also, we can eradicate the pests. I'm an organic farmer. For example, I have for the past 20 years, I have not put any chemical fertilizer, not used any pesticides. But my production level is more than the standard fixed by the government of India in each commodity. Especially, I'm a pulse grower. Pulse average per hectare is 7.5, but I am growing 10 to 12 quintals per hectare. This means this change should be put into the mindset of the farmer. Farmer's mindset is now settled to the chemical fertilizer, ready fertilizer rather. I call it for ready fertilizer, and bringing from the market and putting in the field. And this definitely is causing more expenditure on the input. So to avoid this, if he has got 2-3 cows or a buffalo or some animals in his farmland or at his home, definitely he can substitute with that. And the cow urine is very much useful, which can control the pests. In controlling pests, cow's urine and neem oil, both mixed together with water, can successfully control the pests on any of the crops. Therefore, what I am of the opinion, this is my personal opinion and experience, because I am with the farmer and I am a farmer myself. So, though we are to put the goal of the FAO and to fulfill the needs of the 250 population, we have a mandate that we should grow more, produce more with available land. But use of unused land, fallen land, is also not taken care of very much. We look only fertile lands which is being cultivated now. We can also look for the unused and fallen land, wherein we can use more cultivation. Next one, very important, is the flood irrigation. What we are now adopting is very dangerous, and it will spoil the health of soil, and also we will have to face shortage of water. Therefore, every irrigation facility provided to the farmer shall be with a protected pipeline and with a drip or sprinkler irrigation. Better drip than sprinkler. So with this government, if the infrastructures are added more, we can definitely grow more than what we are now producing, and we can feed more. To put another very important point is this grains or the food which we are now producing with the chemical fertilizer and pesticides consists of residues of the poison in them. Even I had an example, I have read somewhere, I don't remember now, that a recently born child was suffering with some disease, and when investigated, it was found that that child's mother milk was with more residues of poison. Therefore, we need to take care of this to have better nutritious food and the poison-free food to our nation and world, entire world. In many countries, we have example that many countries exported by our exported from India are rejecting because of residues, poison residues there. Therefore, my humble request to everybody, every partner of this is reduce the use of pesticides, reduce or not ban. Government of India has now taken up this issue. It is on their cards now. They are going to ban 27 pesticides. A lot of pressure is being put somebody and all that. But naturally, people will, whenever any new proposals come, people naturally put some pressure to have the advantage for themselves only. Now, I feel this, especially there are few pesticides which are more dangerous, which are more cancerous, and which are more hazardous to the health of anybody and everybody. The government is now planning it. They have given 1 month's time for called for objections, and I have also appealed to the government that they should reject all the manufacturers and pesticide producers' request, and especially there are some pesticides, glyphosate, such glyphosate and others, to be banned very quickly and made facility for production of healthy food. Thank you one and all. Thanks a lot. Thanks for giving me this small opportunity to put up farmers' opinions on the globe. Thank you very much.
That is
Thank you, sir. As you said, chemical fertilizers are harming soil as well as human health also. So we can substitute chemical fertilizers with natural fertilizers. Like we have many traditional methods to reduce the diseases and all. We have organic farming, and we have zero budget natural farming, and we have seed oil. We can use seed resistant varieties to we can by using all this we can reduce the diseases and all the things in the natural way. Thank you so much for your wonderful talk, sir.
Thank you again.
Yes, sir. Now we are at the end of today's session. Before that, now I would like to request our senior advisor of Best Innovation University. He's also retired Special Chief Secretary of Government of Andhra Pradesh. Sir, I kindly request you to deliver vote of thanks and conclusory remarks on today's session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bhargavi. Thank you very much. A really wonderful session. Today we had very, very senior and experienced eminent speakers. And we are seeing every session of this webinars on agriculture, technology, and global food security is bringing new and new areas, new and new issues in this complex food system. And these new areas and new things, new issues, they are really helpful to our students who are part of this webinar in understanding in a comprehensive way how this entire system is there, what are the issues, what are the challenges, and what are the innovation which are needed urgently, how to forge collaboration, and who are the stakeholders, what are their roles. These are very, very important because the students who are very new, they do not have any idea. And the course which they are learning in the university will not give them, will not expose them to so many things which the speakers here bring with their knowledge and experience of 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. So they are really very, very helpful for our students. And really we are grateful to all the respected, very eminent speakers who have spared their time despite this being a festival day of Ganesh Chaturthi, and having come over here and shared their rich experience and vast knowledge in this very, very complex subject of food security, ecology, and role of so many systems working within it, be it pricing, be it irrigation, be it infrastructure, market, and digital platform, innovation. So many things have been talked about it, and the role of forest and the traditional system, and the kind of initiatives which various state governments have taken, like just our friend Manoj has told about Karnataka government initiative in seedling distribution for private lands. This is really very good new thing for us to learn. Like that, these sessions are really very, very enriching for all of us, and I really thank everyone for having come over here and share their views. And I would like to especially thank our senior eminent speakers, Sri Baswaraj ji and Hanuman Gowda ji and Manoj Kumar ji. I also thank special invitee Dr. Ayla Al-Jufri ji from Indonesia, and Chairman Best Innovation University Dr. Bharatlal Meena ji, Chancellor Rupa ji, who in the beginning set the tone for today's deliberations, and she has brought many things to our knowledge, and spoken so many things about the Prime Minister's initiative for doubling the farmers' income, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and so many things, the role of FPO, private public partnership, and incubation center for incubating the agriculture technology startups. So all these things, when we assimilate, we find there are so many issues, so many things, and our students need exposure so that their mind is ignited to work on this, and they will be better graduate tomorrow when they come out, and they will definitely will be more useful to society. So I thank you, Chancellor Ji, our Vice Chancellor, Dr. D.L. Maheshwar, very experienced senior agriculture scientist, who was earlier Vice Chancellor of Horticulture University, Bagalkota. Also thank Bhargavi for doing very good moderation. And I thank all the staff member, our faculty and students for sparing their time on this festival day. I wish everyone very happy Ganesh Chaturthi and have a good day. I like to conclude with these few words. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for giving wonderful conclusory remarks. With this, we end our today's session. I'd like to thank our beloved students for your wonderful cooperation. And once again, I thank you all for being with us this afternoon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste, namaste, Basuraj sir. Namaste, Hanumegowda sir. Namaste, Manoj Kumar sir. So nice of you all. So kind of you for all your notes.
Meena sir, thank you. Mahesh sir, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Have a good day.
Thanks for everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Close it.
ಚಲೋ ಆತ್ರಿ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ರೆ, ಇಬ್ಬರದು ಚಲೋ ಐತ್ರಿ.
ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
ಇಬ್ಬರದು ಚಲೋ ಐತ್ರಿ. I'm so happy. You obliged our request and you participated. So nice of you all. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೈತ್ರಿ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೈತ್ರಿ.
Thank you.
So nice of you. So nice of you.
ಮುಗೀತಲ್ಲ